unfortunately, in this tough time, on the phone or CNN, Fox, and all the news from going on from Israel. It's not an easy time for us as Jewish people or as human beings. It's a tough time, and we need to get into a point of first, what are we going to do about it? What is the future according to Kabbalah? That's what I'm here to deliver. What is the Zohar that was written 2,000 years ago saying about this time? And give you more an opening. I mean, most people don't know what Kabbalah is or what is Kabbalah about. Everybody knows it's the forbidden knowledge, but I have no idea if it's a forbidden knowledge. How would I know what it is? So before we start, first I would like to thank, Park East Synagogue organization. I shouldn't call it just a synagogue. You have school, you have great people, you have great community, you have unity among the community. You don't find a lot of Jewish community that have unity. You see always the people after Shabbat saying hello to each other, smiling to each other, good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom. You have Sephardim come from this section, the Ashkenazi come from there, Hasidim coming from the bottom, kids coming from the top. You have mothers running on the morning, you have father coming in the evening. There's a lot of action going on here. So from a Kabbalistic point of view, I was thinking about what street is Park East on? It's a difficult one because now the guard tell you come from here, come from there. So what street is it on? Who know? Very good, 68. So who know Gematria? What will be 68 in Gematria? Wonderful, I see you good. Chaim, livelihood. So we are in the place that's called Chaim. Chas or Chaim, 68. That's what it's all about. So I would like to start by saying thank you and appreciation. Benny is here. Benny, those of you who don't know Benny, okay, one of the greatest singers that we know. Yes. Okay, so first, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak in front of your crowd, amazing people. And thank you for the wonderful dinner, the sushi, and if you don't like sushi, we have sandwiches. If you don't like sandwiches, we have fruit. If you like fruit, we have... we're dealing with Jewish, so somebody going to complain. But when you give them everything, what are they going to say? Woody Allen once say, Jewish people usually complain twice. First, they complain that the food is bad, and then the portion is too small. If the food is so bad, why do you need a big portion, he's saying, right? So that's really what it is. So I would like to keep a smile on your face, even we go into a rough time like that. So I would like to start. I'm thinking about where to start. Should I tell you what's going to be the future? Or should I tell you maybe what is Kabbalah? Maybe I give you 5 minutes introduction about Kabbalah. Most people, when they hear the words Kabbalah, they thinking about two words, Jewish mysticism. Now, why would you call it Jewish mysticism? Because people who study it usually have yarmulke. And second is because it's mysticism. You don't know nothing about it. Because you don't know nothing about it, you call it mysticism. But it's about time we explain what it is. Kabbalah has been practiced in Eretz Israel through my place, our place. It's called Vital Transformation. We have 4 yeshivot, 4 locations in Israel that already teach and study Kabbalah, build Kabbalistic teacher. So we are building it now, thanks God, in New York as well, to build the whole concept of tell people what is Kabbalah and give people a free choice to see if it's for them or it's not for them. So the basic of Kabbalah. Kabbalah is the meaning of Kabbalah is the inner meaning of the Torah or the inner meaning of the mitzvot. The mitzvot is divided into how you build the sukkah and why you build the sukkah. How you become a Jew. What does that mean to become a Jew? Why a Jew is so unique. So everything has a why and a how. The how is dealing with the halacha. Halacha meaning the laws, the Jewish law of the mitzvot. And the why is dealing with the Kabbalistic understanding of more the why, the reasoning. For example, when you study how to build a sukkah, they tell you that the sukkah size has to be a certain size. It's talking about 2.5 wall, but we don't know why it's a 2.5 wall. When you study more the Zohar or Kabbalah, they will tell you it will be smolot tachat leroshi v'yimino techabkeni. His left arm under my head and his right arm will hug me. So the sukkah by itself is supposed to be like an arm. So the arm, if you look, it's 2 walls and a little wall which is the head. That's what the Zohar explained to us. So everything is explained, but unfortunately, if the rabbi will have to study Kabbalah, it will take him many years. So when a student say, Rabbi, why are we doing it? Or Rabbi, do we have a free will? If we have a free will and God knows what we're going to choose, why is giving us the free will? Those type of questions can only be answered within the book of the Zohar or the book called Etz HaChaim, Tree of Life, by Rabbi Isaac Luria. I give you a little bit the lineage of all those books. The first book is basically called the Book of Yetzirah, written by Avraham Avinu. This book has been translated by Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan, if you heard the name before. The book is not recommended by me to be read. You might get bored, or you might feel smart, but you wouldn't understand the words that's going on there, which is great idea to get a teachers that will teach you and guide you how to read it. It's a great book about astrology, astronomy, not just astrology, astronomy, and how to build the golem. Golem, those of you who don't know what a golem is, it was the first robot. It was the first machine that was built by a rabbi, the Maharal of Prague. The golem, if you know the movie Fantasia from Disney, that was basically about the golem. He kept filling up the water. It was for the mikveh, but the Maharal fall asleep, and the golem kept filling up water until it was flooded. So just to let you know how many things was based on that story. The book that became famous after the Sefer Yetzirah was the book of the Zohar. That's the book I'm going to use about telling you what's going to be the future of the Middle East according to the Zohar. It's not based just on the book of Zechariah or the book of Daniel or Divrei Hayamim. Every book is actually telling you about the future of Israel, but a lot of those things are in code, they're coded. You have to learn to break that code, and to break the code, language as a language, it's called Sfat HaAnafim. Sfat HaAnafim is basically a language that was given to Moses by God when he received the Torah. Sfat HaAnafim will translate into English the language of the branches. Why? Because every word is a fruit, and every fruit has a root. When you study Kabbalah, you know the meaning of that word. So for example, when it says Bereshit bara Elokim et, so it starts Bereshit bara bet bet, Elokim et is Aleph Aleph. It's not just by mistake that it bet is bet and Aleph is Aleph. There is a reason for everything. For example, the Zohar in Parashat Mishpatim talking about reincarnation. Most Jewish people have no clue reincarnation starts in Judaism. Usually people who want to know about reincarnation go to the guy in Florida, I forget what his name, Dr. Many Life, Many Master. If he's still around, I think he's still around, right? You know what I'm talking about? The books now, most of you didn't read it. Many Life, Many Masters talk about reincarnation and experience of the doctors explaining the old concept of reincarnation. But actually, reincarnation started in Judaism. It's actually in Judaism, and you're saying it every night before you go to sleep. Open your siddur, Shema Alamita. When you say the Shema Alamita, you say, Areni mochel vesoleach. I am forgiving. Mi shepaga begilgul zeh vebegilul shavar. Whoever hurt me in this lifetime or another lifetime. We don't even know when we're reading it because we're saying it for so many years. So reincarnation is part of Judaism. What about astrology? Abraham, the first astrologer ever lived. The Rabbi Avraham ben David, another astrology. So a lot of time astrology is come up with avodat kochavim or mazalot. It's come up with an idea that it's forbidden thing. So why in Masechet Shabbat, in the Talmud, it says you should see an astrologer, a Jewish astrologer, not just any astrologer, twice a year. So they will guide you about your business, about your life, about your relationship. In fact, in the book of Yetzirah, in the book of Formation, it's written that before you do a shidduch, those of you who forgot what shidduch means, shidduch is two people come together. And when you put two people together, you have to make sure to match that the sign of the zodiac will match. But most of us don't know the sign of the zodiac actually invented by Jewish people. For example, Rosh Hashanah. When is Rosh Hashanah fall? What sign? Libra. They're waiting our mitzvot. What is the month before that when we do the slichot? The month of Virgo. Like a virgin territory, meaning you're making yourself, renew yourself. So everything is attached to the sign. If you study it very well, according to Judaism, you're going to find out a lot of secret in it. So reincarnation is in Kabbalah, astrology in Kabbalah. There is another secret in Parashat Yitro. In Parashat Yitro, basically Moses is about to build his system. He's building a system that every business person has, is the pyramid. He's in the top, and he has Sarei Asarot, Sarei Chamishim. He has different people that help him to judge the people of Israel. But it's very difficult for him. So Yitro, his father-in-law, not just his father-in-law, say the Zohar, is actually his brother from another lifetime, because Moses was Abel, he was Cain. That's why if you look at the Torah, it's called Shevet Akini, the tribe of the Kini, meaning he's come from the tribe of the Cain, meaning the Canaanite was the Cain, meaning Cain, reincarnation of Cain. Yitro is advising his own brother from another lifetime. I know it's too much for you, but we have people who are videoing me, so later on you can see it. So Yitro is saying to Moses, "Ve'ata techezeh," you shall see. And in that section in the Zohar, they reveal the secret. It's not for everybody, but if one day you want to study it, don't be shy to call me. I can teach you that. They revealed secret of how to read people. In fact, people use it for business. The Mossad is using that technique. CIA, the KGB, everybody using that technique. Is basically how to read people in 5 minutes. There is a technique, but just by looking at your face, hand, nails, not the nails polish. You cannot read the nail polish, but if you have nails without nail polish, your nose, before the surgery, after the surgery, they can tell everything about you, what happened to you, what you're about to do, even how long you're going to live, but they're not going to tell it to you, how many kids you're going to have, if you're going to have kids, you're going to get married, not going to get married, what's going to happen, what do you have to be afraid. Everything is written on your face, my friend. You know what you call it in Hebrew or in Yiddish? What do we call that section? A punim. A punim, I like it in Yiddish better than Hebrew. In Hebrew it's called panim. How do you say internal in Hebrew? Pnimi. Very good. Pnimi or pnimiyut. So punim of a person is telling him about the pnimiyut, the internal aspect of the person. So more you study about the face, especially the forehead has a lot of secret. Even we have some injection, situation, but there is a way. Don't worry about it, and we got to look like we're serious about everything. But don't worry. I mean, if you see a baby born, the baby has some line. Every line is corresponding to another lifetime, tell us Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in the book of the Zohar. So I think that's enough about the Zohar, because I told you about the Zohar a lot. Now, the next book after that, 500 years ago, Rabbi Chaim Vital, the main student of Rabbi Isaac Luria, put a book together from his teacher. And the famous book is Etz HaChaim. In Etz HaChaim, he has another book that he writes, and it's called The Gate of Reincarnation. That's where we're getting all the secret about reincarnation. Another book that he wrote called Sha'ar Ruach HaKodesh, The Gate of Holy Spirit. That's where he explained how to fix yourself. It's called tikkunim. How to fix yourself if you did something wrong. Let's say if you judge people, or if you look at the wrong woman, if you look at the wrong man, what to do? Your eyes traveling to the wrong place and you still marry, what can you fix that? Can you fix your eyes? Well, you take your glasses off. He doesn't say it, but you can do that as well. And in that book, there is so many secrets about what to do, when to do, and how to do. How to sleep, how to meditate. Everything is in Sha'ar Ruach HaKodesh. Together with that, the Ari explained the parasha in a different angles, not just in a way that you and me understand it with the story. He take the story and say the meaning of that story, it's much deeper. And when his student asked him, what do you mean? Why is the story have to be much deeper than what it is? I enjoy the story of God looking for Adam and Eve after they eat from the tree of knowledge. It's kind of nice. It's cute. And they're hiding and God playing hide and seek and then you find them. It's a great story. Come Rabbi Isaac Luria, come Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai telling us, this is not the story. The story that you're looking at, this is just the cover of the wonderful box that inside there is the treasure that called Pnimiyut HaTorah. Now, how is Pnimiyut HaTorah, how is the inner meaning of the Torah has to do with our situation right now in Israel? We've been attacked, we've been killed. It's not the first time. Inquisition, Nazi, war against us. People just, wake up in the morning and there is one nation they don't like, Jewish. I mean, maybe it's about our food. Maybe we're going to change the food a little bit. I mean, we try. We eat Chinese. We eat sushi. We eat everybody else's food. We eat it all. Spicy, not spicy. We got it all. We even, you have gefilte fish, you have Moroccan fish. We have it all. I mean, we try everything. We're friendly. We're friendly. We put the yarmulke on, we put the yarmulke off. We have baseball. We go watch baseball. Even if we don't like it, even if we fall asleep, we sit there. We try to be part. And still, they don't like it. Exactly. They don't like us. We try everything. We have short people, we have tall people, we have strong people, we have fat, we have thin. We have it all. We are mixed. But for some reason, we are not being like, why? And that's the biggest question that been asked in 1919 actually. It was been asked in Poland by a rabbi, one of the most famous Kabbalists of our time. His name is Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag. He wrote the commentary on the Zohar. And Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag, that's what he answered after unfortunately the Nazi, when the Nazi in 1934, he moved to Israel from Poland. He was a rabbi already, and he started telling the people, the rabbi of Israel, it's time to study Kabbalah. And they tell him, well, it's not fashionable to study Kabbalah. It's kind of, most rabbis say no. Most rabbis say you become a Michiganer, you become crazy, you have to be 40. And he say, maybe we should make them sign a paper that in the age of 41 they start studying Kabbalah. Nobody gonna do it. So what is the idea about Kabbalah that can prevent a negativity to come to the Jewish people? Now I'm going to read his words in Hebrew, but I will translate it into English. I will do the best I can to translate it. Okay? And I have two people in the back who will judge me if I do a bad job, so don't worry about it. So even I'm Israeli. By the way, I didn't tell you my name. I'm sorry. I should tell you my name. My name is Eliyahu, Rabbi Eliyahu Jian. I'm very involved with the study and the teaching of Kabbalah. Our organization called Vital Transformation. We gave you a gift. Here, you can take it or you can leave it. The gift is not in English. It's a Zohar. It's a small Zohar. Only on one parasha. It's called Pekudeh. The reason we shared that with you, because all the name of the angels are in this book. So you may not understand every word. It's in Aramaic, but carry it with you, please, for protection. Just carry it for protection. If you don't want to take it, it's okay. Nobody get insulted. We're still going to love you. We're all about unity. Now I'm about to read to you what Rav Ashlag has to say about our time. So please, Rav Ashlag say like this, מסביר שכל העולם, our universe, בנוי מחיצוניות ופנימיות. Everything in our life is built from external and internal. אומות העולם עם החיצוניות של העולם. The nation of the worlds are the external part of the universe. ובני ישראל הם הפנימיות. The Jewish people are the internal essence of our universe. Now, בתוך ישראל, among the Jewish people, יש חיצוניות. There is external and internal as well. No problem. הלוא הם המחשבים רק את החומר והחושים הגשמיים. Who is the external? The people who are very much attached to the thing which is physical. The people are very much attached to the thing which is five senses. I saw you, I heard you, I tasted, I smell it, I touched it. People that make judgment just based on five senses. Now, five senses are great when you need to cross the street. You gotta see the truck is not hitting you. You need the five senses. But if you make every decision based on the five senses, you might buy a house, but it's not gonna be a home. You might make the right decision. I think I find a kala, I find a chatan, I find a shidduch, I find something. It doesn't mean it's going to be a great marriage. For that reason, you need pnimiyut. You need internal. If you only trust your five senses, you're going to do a mistake. That's the way it is. And your whole life, you're going to use one word. I hope. I hope tomorrow will be a better day. Now, if you say, I hope it will be a better day on 7 a.m., you got a problem. You can't say, I hope it will be a better day tomorrow when it's 7 a.m. in the morning of today. You got to change something. There is no hope. There is cause and effect. You plant the seed, things will work right. You don't plant the seed, it's not going to work right. That's why there is pnimiyut, chitzoniyut. So the chitzoni of the Jew is the people who are only trust their five senses. ויש פנימיות, there is internal part of the Jew, מכירים בכוח העליון המניע את היקום כולו. They know that there is an upper force that move and shake this universe, meaning there is an upper part. It doesn't matter the size of your yarmulke or the beer. The beer grow by itself. The yarmulke you can buy in a shop. The tzitzit you buy in a Judaica. That doesn't define. The definition is from the heart. If you really believe there is a higher force. You can come to shul. You can do it Yom Kippur all day long, hitting your heart. You even have you create a valley here. It doesn't mean anything. You got to get into a place where you are actually know that there is a force. Not belief. Not belief. Belief is not enough. I believe it's 5 a.m. Believe. I know. If you don't know, I believe I can ride a bicycle. Not good enough. Either you know how to ride a bicycle or you don't know. Or either you're riding a bicycle. There is 3 levels: believe, knowing, and ride the bicycle. בין אומות העולם יש פנימיות. What about the nation of the world? What about the non-Jewish people? Among them there is also 2 groups. יש פנימיות וחיצוניות. Who is the פנימיות? Who is the internal part of the nation? הם חסידי אומות העולם. Is the people that care about Am Israel. There is people in the world, like, doing the Holocaust, Sweden, who's taking care of it, or Netherlands, who hide a lot of Jewish people, and many people that it was shocked how many Jewish people they saved. There is always good Gentile out there that helping the Jewish people. We call them Hasidei Umot HaOlam. ויש חיצוניות, but there is external among the goyim, among the Gentile. Who are they? הם הרשעים, מחרחרי הריב, they're the wicked, the one who's looking to fight. והמלחמה, they're looking for a war. וההרס בעולם, they're looking to destroy. That's what Rav Ashlag first give us the foundation of what is happening in our universe. Now, how is this still connect to Kabbalah? גם לתורה, our Torah also has 2 parts. חיצוניות ופנימיות. חיצוניות is the pshat. There is the simple part of the Torah. You read the Torah, you build the sukkah, you eat kosher, read the best you can, and this is the pshat, this is the halacha, this is what you gotta do. You need to know the halachot, you need to know what you're doing. ויש פנימיות. There is a meaning for everything. Can you imagine that the young generation, I saw in the morning here, so many kids coming in. Can you imagine that those kids know actually why they pray? Not just how to pray. Every teacher is very strict with the student. You're going to know how to pray. Page 28. Okay. Why are you doing it? I have no idea. The teacher told me. You got to give them the why. You want to keep the generation strong? Give them the why. Give them that. That will make them a strong foundation. That's what the Rav Ashlag is saying here, after he saw so many Jewish people being slaughtered. So he'd say, כאשר עוסקי התורה מעדיפים את החיצוניות, when people who study Torah prefer just the חיצוני, just the external, מזלזלים, and they make fun of the inner meaning of the Torah that called Kabbalah, הם מעודדים את החיצוניות שבין אומות העולם. They are actually motivate the external part of the Gentile. Because again, the Gentile has internal and external. The external is, unfortunately, the people who are against the Jew. The internal is the Hasidei Umot Olam, is the people who are for the Jew. בעלי החורבן, כמו שכתב בתיקוני הזוהר. Where is Rav Ashlag bringing it? He said, I brought it from a book that was written 2,000 years ago. תיקוני הזוהר, by Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. שהם גורמים, this is what Rabbi Shimon said, not Rav Ashlag. Now, this is 2,000 years ago. They are causing aniyut, they are causing the economy to be bad globally. The people who make fun of Kabbalah. They are causing robbery and thief to rise. ושוד והריגות and killing for no reason. והשמדות בעולם כולו. Say the Zohar, they are causing destruction all over the world. הדבר בא לסיום, then Rav Ashlag is adding now. The things right now, בדור שלנו, in our generation, talk about his generation, דור השואה, the generation of the Holocaust, והמלחמות על תקומת ישראל, and the way that we trying to build a country, that time we didn't have yet, Israel, it's before 1948. ואחר שבעבודתנו הרבים נעשינו ידי ראייה, we already see what's going on. Like it's written by Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai in the תיקוני הזוהר, הנה אתה מוטל עלינו רק על שארית הפליטה. It's our duty לתקן את המעוות החמור הזה. We have to fix that. וכל אחד ואחד מאיתנו שרידי הפליטה יקבל על עצמו בכל נפשו ומאודו. We all need to take on ourselves להגביר מכאן ולך את פנימיות התורה, חוכמת הקבלה. We have to commit to ourselves to study a little bit Kabbalah. Now I'm sure you're asking where to study. I'll tell you what. Our site is free of charge. You can go tonight, Vital Transformation. There is 800 hours of study Kabbalah. Our rabbi in Israel, Rabbi Ben Chamor, Rabbi Michael Maor, we have Rabbi Chernichovsky, we have Rabbi Hillel, we have 4 rabbis in Israel that do exactly what I do here. Okay, we teach the same style, and they doing it in Hebrew, if you like to hear it in Hebrew. They are also work with the soldier right now in Gaza. Okay, they are the one who supplied the tzitziyot. They are the one who's taking care of all the details, all the religious leader to make sure this is happening. For that reason, we brought you this book, so you will have a little test. If you read Hebrew, Mazel Tov, read it. If you don't read Hebrew, put it in your wallet, travel with it. If you go in on flight, just take it with you. There is enough name of angel to take care of a lot of issue. If Chaz v'Shalom, somebody have to go to surgery, also take it with you. Tell the doctor, I need it in my room, wherever you go. So it's we need to increase the wisdom of Kabbalah. Now, I think after I make you a little smile, now it's time to make your smile change to tell you what's coming. Okay? What's coming. And before I go there, so again, I didn't tell enough about myself. My name is Rabbi Eliyahu Jian. I'm the head of Vital Transformation. The reason we called our organization Vital Transformation after the name of the student of Rabbi Isaac Luria, Rabbi Chaim Vital. Rabbi Chaim Vital was the person who brought all Kabbalah into the world 500 years ago. Make sure, if you decide to study on our site, do not go to the profound section. Start easy. There is a section there called Kabbalah Gym. That's perfect to start. You go there, it's easy, it's 20 minutes, no big deal. Don't go deep, don't go Tikkun Azor, avoid that. Don't go Rabbi Isaac Luria, avoid that too. Go for the easy part. There is enough stuff there that it will be wonderful and easy for you to read. And I tell you, you do 5 minutes a day, you did great. You do more, lama lo, besimcha. Now I'm reading from the Zohar, Parashat Va'era, not Vayar, not next week Parashat Va'era. And I'm going to read what Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, what his students say about this time. Rabbi Yossi and Rabbi Chia were the student of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. They were walking. Now, if we think walking, we think they're walking in Israel, a little bit Tel Aviv, a little bit Yerushalayim, Shuk Machane Yehuda. No. Walking in spirituality means spiritual journey, meaning they are walking on a spiritual journey. Amar Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Chia, Rabbi Yossi, look at Rabbi Chia and talk to him. למה אתה שותק? Why are you quiet? הרי הדרך אינו מתקן אלא בדברי תורה. We know when we walk, we're supposed to say words of Torah. נאנח רבי חייא ובכה. Rabbi Chia, instead of answering him, is crying. פתח ואמר, then he answered, ותהי שרה יקרה. He says, Sarah couldn't have children. אין לה ולד. אוי על זה, אוי על אותו זמן. Woe for that time that she couldn't give birth to her children. Woe for that time שהולידה אגר את ישמעאל. That Agar, Abraham, concubine, servant, give birth to Ishmael. אמר לו רבי יוסי, למה? Rabbi Yossi say, why? Now, this is 2,000 years ago. And the story of Agar and Ishmael was about 4,000 years ago. So why? הרי שרה הולידה. He said, but Sarah, we are talking about 2,000 years after, she gave birth. שנולד ישמעאל, והיה לה בן גזע קדוש. She gave birth to Isaac. It was wonderful. למה אתה אומר אוי? Why you say אוי? Why you depressed? אמר לו, אתה רואה? ואני רואה. Say, I have a vision that I can see things, but you see the history, I can see the future, the result of that. וכך שמעתי דבר מפיו של רבי שמעון. And I heard it also from the master, רבי שמעון בר יוחאי. ובכיתי, and I start crying. שאמר ואי על אותו זמן. רבי שמעון בר יוחאי himself say, woe for that time that Ishmael was born. כי משום ששרה נתעכבה, because Sarah was delayed to give birth to Isaac, כתוב ותאמר שרה אל אברהם, בוא נא אל שפחתי. Sarah couldn't give birth, so she asked Avram to take care of her concubine and have children with her. השעה עמדה להגר. It was a good moment for Agar, לרשת את שרה גבירתה, to take the place of Sarah, והיה להגר בן מאברהם. And she had a boy, Ishmael, as a son for Avram. ואברהם אמר לו, ישמעאל יחיה לפניך. And Avram believed that this is his son. Avram believed that the whole promise of God, it will be Ishmael. ואף על פי שהקדוש ברוך הוא היה מבשר לו על יצחק, even God is telling him, listen, you're going to have another boy named Isaac. ידבק אברהם בישמעאל. Avram believed Ishmael is the one. עד שהקדוש ברוך הוא השיבו לישמעאל שמעתיך. Until God went and spoke a little bit stronger to him and say, I heard you about Ishmael. I understand you into Ishmael, but this is not Ishmael, what we're talking about. ואחר כך נימול, נכנס בברית הקודש, בטרם שיצא יצחק לעולם, not only that, Ishmael did the brit, the circumcision, before Isaac was born. Now, let's see the result of it. We think of it just a story of now Ishmael, Abraham, Agar, Yitzchak. It happened. It's almost like you go in to watch a Broadway show. It happened. You know, we are on a Broadway show. You go home, you forget. You don't even remember what's the name of the show, and you don't remember if it was sad or funny. The show. Why the Zohar now bringing it into an idea to resurrect that story? בואו ראה, come and behold. 400 שנים עמד הממונה של בני ישמעאל. 400 years, the minister of the Ishmaelim, at that time it was no Muslim, because Muslim came after Muhammad. It was only Ishmaelim. The minister, every nation have a minister. You need to know that. So the Greek mythology, when they talk about Zeus, that's the god, they met maybe the minister. They didn't even met the angels. So we're talking about minister. Every nation have a minister. For that reason, those of you remember on Sukkot, those of you who come to Shul, and I hope all of you coming to Shul on Sukkot, we read usually Shiv'im Parim, 70 ox that we sacrifice. What is those 70 ox? It's for the 70 nation. You know, ביום הראשון, 13 פרים. ביום השני, 12 פרים. You count it all together, it will be 70. What happened in the 8 days? שמיני עצרת שמחת תורה, פר אחד, בין בקר לעולה. פר אחד, only one ox. What is the one ox? The Jew. So we have 70, and then we have one Jew, one nation of the Jew, and usually the minister of the Jew is God. Under God is the angel Michael. Those of you want to study about angel, you can read it in English one day, or you can always ask me more about it after that. So the minister of the Ishmaelim came in front of God. They said, God, I have a question for you. So God, please ask. He said, whoever circumcised themselves, and they have part in your name? אמר לו הקדוש ברוך הוא כן. He said, absolutely. אמר לו, והרי ישמעאל שנימו, say Ishmael was circumcised. למה אין לו חלק בך כמו יצחק? He was jealous of him. He said, how come Isaac is kind of close to you? Those Jewish people kind of seem to be your chosen people. And we also are circumcised. How come we're not close? אמר לו, זה נימול כראוי וכתיקונם, וכזה לא כך. Say, you guys circumcise yourself, not exactly according to what I want it to be, and they circumcise in a different way. ולא עוד אלא שאלה מדבקים בקרוב 8 ימים, they do it in 8 days, ולא רחוקים, and you guys doing it later, 13 years. אמר לו השר הממונה, the minister was a good negotiator, he said, ועם כל זה, so, כיוון שנימול, לא יהיה לך שכר טוב על זה. You say, but he did the ברית, wouldn't you give him something? Gotta give him something. אוי לאותו זמן, woe for that time שנולד ישמעאל בעולם בנימול. Woe for the time that Ishmael was born, say the Zohar, and been circumcised. מה עשה הקדוש ברוך הוא? Now God, השם זה השם של אמת. God is a God of truth. What is God has to do? כלפי טענת השר של ישמעאל. What are you going to do? You have to deal with it. הרחיק את בני ישמעאל מדבקות העליון. He's taking the children of Ishmael from the dvekut, from the cleaving toward the creator in the upper world, push them out, ונתן להם חלק למטה, listen carefully, don't be afraid, נתן להם חלק למטה בארץ הקדושה. He gave them a piece of land in the Holy Land. Why? בשביל המילה שבהם. Because of their circumcision. ועתידים, רש ג' אני עם פסוק רש ג', ועתידים בני ישמעאל in the future, the בני ישמעאל, the children of ישמעאל, לשלוט על ארץ הקדושה. We hope that this prophecy already happened. We hope. So, but I'm going to read it to you because I promised to deliver it. And the future to control the Holy Land for a long time, but only when the Holy Land is empty. שהיא ריקה מכל. כמו שהמילה שלהם היא ריקה בשלמות, like the circumcision is empty, they will control Israel when it's empty. The way I look at it, I don't know if I'm right, you know, the Turkish were controlling Israel, exactly, for about 400 years, and it was actually when it was empty. It was not Tel Aviv like today, it was muddy, it was nothing going on there. והם יעקבו את בני ישראל, their mission is to delay the Jewish people, לשוב למקומם, to come back to their country. עד שישלם הזכות של בני ישמעאל, until God paid them for their ברית. ועתידים בני ישמעאל, I need to tell you, say the Zohar, about the future after that. The children of Ishmael לעורר מלחמות גדולות. They will cause a lot of wars בעולם. It will not be only in Eretz Israel. ויתאספו בני אדום אליהם. The children of Edom. Now, who is Edom today? Is it Germany? I mean, I want to say it's Russia. The reason I want to say it's Russia because Roger, rose, you know, when red, usually Adom mean red, Edom mean red. So again, this is my interpretation. You can interpret it at your style. The war will be one on the sea, one on the land, and one close to Yerushalayim. And they fight with one another. The land will not be giving to the children of Edom. I mean, it's funny that Edom, the one who represents Edom in the Torah, who represents Edom in the Torah? Esav, very good, Esav. Aliteni na mina hadom hazeh. Give me a little bit from that red. When you take the letter Esav, how many letters you have in the word Esav? Ain, Shin, Yud, Vav. How do you write the name of Jesus? Yud, Vav, Shin, Ain. Same. So the Ari said, in a different book of the Ari, it's called Sefer HaGilgul. He said that basically Esau, okay? Esau is actually, Jesus was a reincarnation of Esau. He wrote it in his book. It's very interesting as you say that. So, a war between two major countries. באותו הזמן, so now we have Edom, we have Ishmael fighting each other. At that time, will be, it doesn't say what type of people. It will be a nation from the end of the world. But we don't know who they are. Could be America. Could be. And he will go to fight Rome. Now, remember, when we say Rome, because we talk about Edom, so it's usually Rome. ויערוך עליה מלחמה גדולים על חודשים. It will be a war for 3 months. ויתאספו שם עמים. It will be a lot of nations. And they will fall. עד שיאספו עליה כל בני אדום מכל קצווי העולם. Until the whole nation of Edom will come from all over the world. ואז יתעורר הקדוש ברוך הוא. Only then God will get involved. Gotta get God involved in this type of war. I was in the Israeli army. I served for 3.5 years. And Ben asked me to mention it. I said, I don't like to mention these things. But the idea is bullet, missile, F-35, wonderful. I mean, all world, I don't want to make you depressed. Those of you who believe in bullets and weapon, you need it. You need it. I call it, you need the physical part. But in the end of the day, if you don't have the magic, the M16 can get stuck, the Galil, or whatever we use now, or the missile, or Iron Dome, all wonderful technique. But remember, we need the physicality, but we need something more than physicality to work. Remember that. And that's what we're praying for. And then, אז יתעורר הקדוש ברוך הוא עליהם זה שכתוב כי זבח להשם בבצרה, ואחר כך מה כתוב לאחוז בכנפות הארץ. It said that God will hold the land in the corner. ויחלד בני ישמעאל מן הארץ. That will be the end of the Ishmael. וישבר כל כוחות שלמעלה. It will not be just removing Ishmael from this land. The upper connection also will be removed. Now, we are not here to celebrate other people are dying. This is not the celebration. Every human being that die include our enemy. We prefer that our enemy will transform. We prefer that our enemy will go from the one who hates us to the one of Chasidei Umot HaOlam, like I mentioned before. But for this, we need you. And if you don't believe that the Jewish person have that much power, then I can convince you that you have that much power. If you know, what is the power of a Jew? Where is the most powerful thing about the Jew? Where is it? Ani tola'at velo ish, we say. I'm a worm and I'm not a person. Why they imagine the Jewish people to a worm? I mean, it's not that, it's an ugly creature. Because the worm, the power is in the mouth. For that reason, it says, Akol kol Yaakov vayadayim yadei Esav. The voice is the voice of Jacob, to remind us that everything is in our mouths. So before you talk bad about your brother and sister, be careful. You're causing damage. I know we can't go to a wedding without speaking a little bit bad behind somebody's back. It's boring. You got to say something about the bride, about the groom. I know him. He was dating the other girl. I know her too. Da, da, da. Otherwise, the wedding, what are you going to do? Look at the steak again, the fish. What are you going to do? You've been there 1,000 times. So you got a little lashon hara, a little otzat diba, a little speak. But it's a problem. We are the people of Israel. We are unique. And our power is the way we speak, the way we pray, the way we do things. And that will guide me to guide you into the next things that I want to say. So first thing I say tonight about the importance of study of Kabbalah, the pnimiyut, remove the chitzoniyut, remove the enemy. Second thing, I brought you the prophecy from the Zohar. What meant to be happening? Now it can happen with judgment or it can happen with mercy. This is our choice. How do we change it from judgment to mercy? Besides study of Kabbalah. There is one mitzvah that if you're sitting in any kosher restaurant and I will come to you and I say, what kind of religion you follow? And you're going to say, I follow love the neighbor as thyself. And you're going to ask me, are you Jew for Jesus? Are you one of those people? Nobody even understands that love the neighbor as thyself is actually a mitzvah deoraita. I mean, it's one of the mitzvot written in our Torah. Love the neighbor as thyself. We don't even practice it. We're ready to practice Sidur, Shachrit, Mincha, Arvit. We're ready to donate money. We do everything. But once we need to study about this little mitzvah called love the neighbor as thyself. Hillel, when the goy come to Hillel, when the Gentile come to Hillel, they say, Hillel, I want to become a Jew. So, okay, well, we're going to give you some Talmud. We're going to give you to study Shulchan Aruch. Yeah? So, no. I want to study it while I'm standing on one toes, on one foot, on one leg. Meaning, I want a short version. Can you give me the short version of Judaism? So, very, very easy. Love the neighbor as thyself. Sound easy, right? This is the only mitzvah that you can grow every day and do it more. If yesterday you gave 2 cookies to your neighbors in your building, now give 4. If you give 4, give 8. You always need to grow. If in your building they don't do Hanukkah party in the lobby, you do it. Bring some donuts every night. If your doorman doesn't have dinner, make sure they have dinner. Make sure you show ahava. Love the neighbor as thyself. This is the one thing. We Jewish people are wonderful when we like someone. But when we don't like someone, we are making sure that we have friend not liking that person. We cannot keep the information only for ourselves. If I don't like someone, I make sure the rabbi know, the gabbai know, the gabbai, don't give him aliyah. You owe me money, this guy. Owe me. Don't give him pticha. Bad. Yeah, nothing. Give him nothing. We have issues. This is the one mitzvah. If the Jewish people will work on that mitzvah, and I'm about to explain how to work on that, we can change this decree that is happening to us. And unfortunately, most people who don't know how army work or how war work, war is not what you see on TV or on your app. War is tough, my friend. In war, people are dying. Even if you're doing the right thing. It's very difficult. Once the infantry, I was part of the infantry. Once they going in, unfortunately, there is a lot of casualty, a lot of difficulty, a lot of widows, a lot of loss of life. We have to do it because we have a gun to our head. We have no choice in Israel. But this doesn't end there, my friend. This doesn't end in Israel. This doesn't end in America. This is globally. And maybe you don't want to see it because it's better not to know. Sometimes I don't want to know. Let me just watch a comedy channel and forget about everything. But you need to know. Some people are taking their mission very seriously right now. And it's not the Jewish people right now. Not that I want to put them down, but I'm saying we don't take our mission seriously. And our mission is few things. We got to study a little bit more. And we got to behave. I'm not asking you to be a tzaddik. I'm not asking you to grow a beard all the way to your knee and have a payas like that. Be a Breslever or be a tzaddik. Be simple. Just be simple. You have your brother, you have your sister. How are you? I'm sorry I talked to you last night this way. I did a mistake. Please forgive me. And I'm going to give you now the 4 categories of love according to Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag, and hopefully you will be able to practice it. Okay, you ready? It's a very simple way of how to practice love. Rav Ashlag writes like this. He said that love has 4 levels. The first level of love is when you have an issue with someone. You don't like them. I don't know why you don't like them. You just can't stand them. But one morning, something happened to you. I don't know, your grandfather come to you in your dream and you decide to be nice. So you come with a very nice oatmeal raisin cookie or chocolate chip cookie and you decide to give them a gift. They saw that gift. It touched them. So they giving you a gift. And now you keep giving gift to each other. Even Thanksgiving is not there. And you loving each other. But you loving each other because of the cookie. That's called condition. Love with some condition. You were hating each other before, but now because of the cookie, things are good. Second level of love. Second level of love, you never fought with that person, but you keep giving gift to one another. He give you a flower, you give him a flower, she give you nice, you give that. Very nice. You never fought before. This is love still with condition because it depends on those wonderful things that we do for one another. The third level of love, it's called unconditional love, but not absolute love. And the third level of love, meaning I don't know everything about you, but what I know about you, I love. I don't need cookies from you. I don't need flour. I just love you. Everything I know about you, I love you. But I don't know everything about you. And it might be that if I will find out one piece of information about you, it will seem like you're doing something wrong. Even you don't. But I will think you might do something wrong. Somehow God closed my eyes so I will be able to love you unconditionally. So that's called unconditional love, but it's not absolute. The fourth level of love is unconditional and absolute. I know everything about you. Whatever you told me, whatever you didn't tell me. And I love you unconditional. I remember when I gave this lecture in Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, 2 students asked me a wonderful question. He said, Eliyahu, where do I find the fourth level of love? Where do I find it? And I answer it with a story. And the story goes like this. There's 2 people living in Boca Raton. I don't know if you know where Boca Raton. Boca Raton is a little south from us. Wonderful, one of my favorite places. Palmetto, if you know, Glades, you don't know where Boca, right? Oh, you know Boca? Okay, wonderful. So in Boca Raton, there's 2 people, husband and wife, sitting every Sunday. The dear wife is making a pancake for her husband. And every morning when she's making the pancake for her husband, she looks into the window and say, look at our neighbor. She doesn't know what she's doing with the laundry. Doesn't want to answer because he doesn't want to get to a fight. You never know where she's going to take it. And he's eating quietly. Yes, maple syrup, no maple syrup. He's happy. She's saying it to him for 6 months. One morning, one Sunday, making the pancake, look through the window. So, wow. Look at our neighbor. Finally, she knows what she's doing with her laundry. You see how clean it is right now? And he said, honey, I wanted to let you know. Last night, I decided to wash our window. And that's why it looked clean. A lot of time, my friend, when we look at other people and we see what's wrong, it's not necessarily what's wrong with them. So if I take off my glasses right now, we all need some help with our faces, right? But if I put my glasses back on, you look beautiful. You look amazing, right? But it is the eyes that need to be fixed sometimes. That's what I answered the 2 gentlemen in Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. Meaning what? The fourth level of love has nothing to do with who you're going to find. It's the 4 category how you develop yourself to love people more. First, when you meet people, you might judge them. You might need a cookie to sweeten the judgment, to make it nice. Then you have to raise yourself, at least with one human being in this planet, that you will be able to love them unconditional and absolute love. You know everything about them, and you still love them unconditional. If we can get to this level among us, we will change everything. And remember, community here is amazing. What's beautiful about community? Practice of love the neighbor of themselves. It's not just practice of the mitzvot. Yes, the mitzvot is wonderful, but you have community. Shabbat is coming, Shabbat Shalom. Look around. Is everybody have a place to go for dinner? Is there this person who's eating by themselves? No, we're not going to let you be by yourself. You come with us. You eat with us. We're looking for opportunity to do chesed. We're looking for opportunity to do good. When we think like that, don't worry about Hashem. He will take care of Ishmael. He will take care of everything. But it's called Mayim Nukvim in Kabbalah. He needs us to elevate light, elevate a blessing from below to above. It's called Mayim Nukvim, meaning from here to above. Nu Oz LeElokim, the verse means give strength to God, meaning from below to above. When you give power to the Creator, then the Creator can shine on you. Then the Creator can shine you mercy. El Rachum Vechanun. So those are the three things I want to share with you tonight. And remember, the first thing to understand what Kabbalah is, there's a lot of misconception of what Kabbalah is, how important to study Kabbalah. Whatever you understand part of it, you don't. Today, Kabbalah is accessible and available in the right channel. There is a lot of Michiganer out there who teach Kabbalah in all kind of Tony Robbins style or Les Brown style, I know. But, I mean, we're offering you something that is free. So go enjoy yourself. Go online and just go vitaltransformation.org and you will see. I mean, there is a lot of wonderful video. Do not go to the deep one. Second thing I say tonight is the prophecy of the Zohar, what's going to happen. The other thing I say, it's about among the nation, there is Pnimiyut v'chitzoniyut. There is Chasidei Umot HaOlam, there is the Gentile who will support us, and the people who go against us. When a person studies Kabbalah, they want to support us grow, the amount grow. And the last thing that I say after I give you the prophecy is the idea of how we're going to get along. We must find a way to get along. I know that your sister bother you, your brother bother you, your father, you cannot forgive. Then when you go to your psychologist, to your therapist, they remind you why you shouldn't forgive them and you should be standing up for yourself and being more assertive. Yes, you're right. Beseder, hakol beseder. But in the end of the day, find a way. Find a way. That's what makes us Jewish. That's what makes us connected. Kol Israel, arevim ze laze. We have to find the way how I like you. Yes, sometimes when you try to like somebody, they put the elbow into your soup in a fundraising dinner. It's going to happen. Mistake going to happen. Why? Because according to Kabbalah, two of you have been in a reincarnation together and you come here back to fix it. They say like this, Rabbi Isaac Luria write like this, and I'll end it like this. There is three types of people who have been with you last lifetime. The one you hate for no reason, the one you love for no reason, and the one who make you jealous. You have to remember, those are the only three people who have been with you. So if they already bother you, they must be with you from another lifetime. And remember, if you don't let it go, you can forgive them, they come back with you next lifetime. Maybe it's your wife, husband, son, daughter. They're going to come closer to you. As much as you want to stay away from them, they come and chase you. Why? Because you got to deal with it. You might think that death will separate us. No, it's never an end. You die, next lifetime you start all over again. Welcome back. You didn't pass the test. It's time to begin. And you're going to start again until you're going to get the lesson. We have to find a way to get along. We like it, we have to find a way to get along. Ashkenazi, Sephardi, tall, short, eating too much, not eat at all, like the food, hate the food, I don't care. You got to find a way to like them. You got to find a way to like them. There is always a way that we can find something in common between us, the Jewish people, and we need it now in Israel. We really, really need it.